Fetty Wap was one of the biggest breakout stars of the 2010s, with hits like Trap Queen, 679 and My Way. He was on top of the world and it looked like he could go to the very top. That was until he made one decision which might have just cost him his whole career, because while at the peak of his relevancy, he got the option to have a verse from Drake and he turned it down. So today I'm going to break down how that choice might have just cost Fetty Wap his whole career. So first off, really quick rewind to 2015. Fetty Wap was unstoppable, drops Trap Queen, gets to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, became the first rapper since Eminem to have 3 songs in the Billboard Top 10 simultaneously. And so, as you'd expect, a lot of people in the industry wanted a little bit of Fetty Wap. They wanted a Fetty Wap feature. They wanted to get in on a bit of that relevancy that he was absolutely swimming in at the time. And who do you know is the best at absolutely sniping young talent, any young talent they can see? Drake, of course. He sort of brought that character trait over to his music. Before Fetty Wap, he'd already done it with the Migos on Versace. He did it with I Love McConan on a song called Tuesday. It got its own name, the Drake Stimulus Package, because people essentially, if you're going to get a Drake verse, it could make your career. Happen to a lot of people after Fetty Wap. So when Drake showed Fetty Wap interest and wanted to do a collaboration, you'd surely think this is a no-brainer, right? I have to say yes to this shit. This could literally boost my career to the next level. Well, not quite for Fetty Wap. So why did Fetty Wap turn down this Drake feature? Well, according to Fetty Wap, the song wasn't even really his. It was Monty, who was the other artist that was sort of featured on the song. But Fetty Wap said it should never really have been Fetty Wap featuring Monty. It should have been Monty featuring Fetty Wap.
If you notice, even in the video, we show more Monty than they do me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was supposed to be his record. Like, even when they named the song, I was pissed off. Like, they was like, Fetty Wap featuring him. I'm like, no, what the fuck is Monty featuring me? Like,
and Fetty always wanted to show love and try to promote his friend's career as much as possible. And so when Drake came to him and said he has a verse that he wanted to put on My Way, Fetty Wap said, take me off the song, keep Monty on the song, and put yourself as the feature on Monty's song.
When he jumped on the record, you know, the first thing I asked him, like, yo, can you just take my verse off and keep Monty up there, and it just be, let me be on the hook.
Wait.
Yeah.
You asked Drake if he could take you off the record and keep your mans on.
Yeah, like just leave me on the hook, you know, like, baby, won't you come my way?
Yeah.
But leave Monty verse up there, you do your verse and let it be, you know.
But obviously Drake, as someone who's in the music business, knows that Monty was nowhere near the level of Fetty Wap at the time and would never hop on a Monty song. But a Fetty Wap song, on the other hand, that's a lot more appetizing. But instead of removing his friend Monty, Fetty Wap or Wap, I don't know, it might be in the comments, people getting annoyed how I'm saying Wap or Wap. Look, I'm saying Wap. I think it's Wap. Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap. Maybe it is Wap. I'll say Wap from now on. Wap reminds me of Cardi B and shit, and I don't like Cardi B though, so we'll go with Wap. Fuck it. Instead, Fetty Wap turned down the Drake feature just so he could keep his fellow Remy Boys member Monty on the track instead.
So that way my mans could be, you know what I mean? My mans got, he on now. Like, he on. He don't. Once you get a record like that, you good. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to worry about shit else no more. You feel me?
And while the song was still successful, it was nowhere near the level it would have been if it did eventually have that Drake feature on. And of course, I could speculate that, but we also already know that because at the time, Drake released the version of his song with his feature on without telling Fetty Wap. And to this day, I think this still might be one of the most popular unreleased tracks from a rap collaboration. And so at the time, this probably seemed like the moral thing to do for Fetty, not removing his best mate off the song just to get a Drake feature. But I think any friend at the time, if you were in Monty's position, would have said to him, look, you need to take that feature for your own career, and he wouldn't feel any sort of way. But instead of doing that, he stayed loyal to Monty, turned down this Drake feature, and so it just sort of became one of the biggest what ifs, because although he stayed loyal to Monty and the Remy Boys, in the industry, strategy is far above loyalty in terms of priorities in music at least. So did turning down Drake really cost Fetty Wap his career? Well, it's impossible to say, because after this song, Drake's given a lot of features to a lot of artists who are far smaller than Fetty at the time, such as Block Boy JB, Smiley, you know, they had like Look Alive and all these tunes, and although they went on to be mega hits, a lot of the artists that Drake's given features to haven't gone on to do anything near the level of success afterwards. It's hard to say whether Fetty would have gone on to be some sort of like major artist, but what we do know is that after 2015 and after he turned down the Drake feature, he really struggled to maintain any momentum. His debut album did well, it had some of the big hits on it like Again, but the projects after that didn't have anywhere near the same impact, and the industry was quickly moving on from Fetty with new people coming through such as as 21 Savage, Playboi Carti, Lil Uzi Vert. Fetty even admitted himself that he became complacent and that he didn't capitalize on his success the way he should have at the time. He had the ability and the talent, but wasn't consistently releasing enough music at the time when he was buzzing, and he didn't evolve his sound as the industry began to shift. And when streaming became the dominant force in the music industry, those artists that didn't adapt got left behind. And to make it worse, label issues and legal troubles slowed down his momentum even more. Unlike other artists who adapted to the new era, Fetty was struggling to re-find his peak. Also, down here there's probably a button, and if it's red and it says subscribe, go do it right now. Go do it right now. I do daily content on this channel all for you guys, so do me one little favor and go click that subscribe button. I'd much appreciate it. Thank you. So where is Fetty now after years of trying to regain his spot and all the legal troubles behind the scenes? He has actually attempted to make a comeback with a lot of new music, and some of it's been a hit, some of it's been a miss. He dropped a project in 2021 called The Butterfly Effect, but it made nowhere near the impact that any of his previous work did. And I guess the song that's sort of been the most successful for him in the 2020s was Sweet Yams, which he dropped back in 2022, which was sort of a bit of a TikTok trend. But still, his impact is undeniable. He brought a unique sound to the game, blending melodic rap with that sing-song flow that has genuinely influenced many artists today. So even if he never returns to the top of the charts, Fetty Wap's legacy as a game changer in mid-2010s hip-hop is solidified. The real question is, would Fetty have lasted longer if he did get that Drake feature? Would that have cemented him as a long-term star? Others argue that his decline was inevitable and say it was down to his own lack of consistency and all the legal troubles behind the scenes. But one thing is for sure, Fetty Wap's story is a lesson in how fleeting fame can be in the music industry. A single decision, like turning down a feature or not adapting to new changing times, can literally cost someone their whole career. But you let me know what you think. Did Fetty Wap make a mistake by not letting Drake hop on the remix? Or is his loyalty to his friends something that everyone should admire?